Good afternoon or good evening, depending on where in the world you're viewing this race from. Welcome to round 6 of the Zelda 1 Randomizer 2022 Spring Tournament. This is another one of our pair-up matches between the stateside speedster Slidick and our European aficionado Zeugman. Both players are hoping to pull out a victory here today to increase their seeding for the upcoming bracket round. I'm HN and I'm joined by Lorgon111. How are you today?
I'm doing well, and I'm happy that we have an opportunity to air one of these afternoon races. They don't always get a chance to get a broadcast team together. So yeah, shout outs to Boof and Boom, who is our tracker today. And yeah, looking forward to having another race. We're going to have a lot of them later today.
Yeah, this is, I think, the first of 11, so we are set up for a lot of fun going on today.
11, you say? I'm fond of that number.
I noticed. 10 iterations of that number. So we're waiting for our runners here to finish getting their seed put together. Make sure we verify the hashtag, and then we'll get going here. But how's everybody doing in chat today? Yes, plenty of VODs. We had a whole slew of races last night as well. Really good ones at that. So lots to watch if you're bored at work. Even if you just listen in, there's plenty to do.
And yeah, there have been too many to watch, and so I guess it was yesterday or the day before, like I just picked some races from the night that I didn't have a chance to watch when I wanted to do my own practice seed for fun, and just picked one of the seeds that they played in a race, and then went back and took a look at times and watched some afterwards. I always enjoy seeing how the runners get creative with the opportunity to register 3 names, and sometimes people put all kinds of little clever messages on the start screen.
Oh yes, it is the perfect time to trash talk your opponent without them knowing it. All right, looks like we have confirmed hashtags here. We're just waiting for one runner to finish readying up, and then we'll get the countdown on the way. Like we were talking about before, we got a pair-up match. It's a 2-3 versus a 1-4. Like I said, both these guys trying to get another win just to solidify their seeding a little bit, hopefully to avoid some of those larger races where you've got to finish top 2.
Yeah, this is our final week of the Swiss stage, where people have just been matched up with people of similar records throughout the tournament. Looks like we're going to have 1 6-0 emerge through all of the Swiss weeks, and then I don't know. Yeah, you can go deep in the field to people with just 2 and 3 wins, and there's still some really good players out there. So it'll be interesting to see how things shape up in the weeks ahead.
Yeah, like Sliddick's another one of those. Been around a long time. So is Zeugman. Zeugman's been around just as long, and it's hard to believe that these guys are 2 and 3 and 1 and 4. And you see some of the others that are 2 and 3 and 1 and 4, and you're just like, man, people have just gotten good at this game, and it's awesome to see because it used to be there was about 15 or 20 people who would join a tournament, and that's just kind of where we were at. And to see 81 to pop into this tournament was just awesome.
I see. Yeah, I haven't been around for all the history, and so I saw the last tournament, and now this one, but don't have any of the sense of the history, and so definitely the community has grown, and it's awesome to have this many entries in the tournament, and as a result, this many races to watch because they've all been a lot of fun.
Yeah, 6 rounds of Swiss with 40 games a week is just that's a lot of Zelda.
Given where we start to the north of the lake, I wonder if people will not be forgetting Forgotten Spot.
It just depends on if you got bombs, right?
It looks like Zeugman is already going to head over there to try to head to Death Armos through some screen scrolls, I presume.
Got an any road at level 1. That's nice. Let's see if it gives us some good locations. Right down by start, which is fantastic.
Yeah, some open caves over here, and it looks like Slidick is going to go check them out. Meanwhile, Zeugman is checking out the Armos over on Death Mountain.
Not an item, but that's okay. 11 for
our
small.
I'll take it.
Oh, and level 1. Hey, how about that? That's a good level to find.
So I guess that was right there on Death Mountain. Sadly, with no weapon. And he should be able to open up a free bomb hole on one of these sides, unless he has to go through the old man room.
26 for our medium. Not terrible. So I'm going to see these runners likely prioritize getting to the Armos statues. Zeugman going to take a scroll over here and go to the blue ring Armos. Always looking for that item. If it happens to be something like the powder bracelet or raft, or God forbid the red candle, our red sword, our wood sword can be hidden underneath any of those locations as well. With these flags requiring at least one dungeon to be blocked, or the white sword.
And Slidick managed to find first Take Any that was over by the river cave and chose to take the candle, so now he'll be able to be burning some of the Death Woods as he goes looking around. And level 9 is at the Death Armos spot. So we've got a couple of levels at the underneath the western robots, so that's interesting.
Ooh, max price on our arrows today, but 67 for a key. That's actually pretty reasonable.
Looks like Slidick is also going to get the news about the location of level 9, assuming he can stay. Oh, nope.
It's the worst screen. Just the worst.
There's always so many enemies on that screen.
And speaking of enemies, we have Wizrobes on the overworld, which is nice because it means they're not in our dungeons, but depending on what the screens those are, it can be really difficult to navigate.
Yeah, it can turn into a slow start. Zeugman is also going to grab a blue candle out of a Take Any that's at vanilla level 3. And Slidick is headed over to the desert cave.
More money.
Another medium secret.
So Slidick managed to get a pack of bombs there off of the first global, meaning he can hop down here and take out the southwest in one go and not have to come back and check this bomb cave, which is pretty nice. If we don't take a death.
Right. Oh, it's another Take Any down here. This time he's going to grab the container heart. And speaking of container hearts, there's also one at the North Armos on the east side. Slidick is grabbing that. That is our Armos item of the day.
Yeah, probably not what you're looking for, but I'm going to push these guys quickly towards 6 hearts so we can try to find that white sword item. Maybe that will be the useful item for us today. And a bunch of blue whiz nopes. And level 5 as well, so 3 levels located already thus far.
We got both of the bookends and one right in the middle. 1, 5, and 9.
Unfortunately, not able to make any sort of progress whatsoever in these dungeons, but knowing their location is a pretty good start. An 89 for our large there.
Yeah, things are just slightly down in terms of the rupee rolls. With these flags, it's usually the case, especially with the especially cheap keys, that the runners don't run into too many problems in terms of money. But yeah, both are getting good coverage of the open caves and the overworld. I expect we're going to see a wood sword in the next 2 minutes.
And level 8. Speaking of, where does everybody in chat think our wood sword is located today? As we have a free Triforce in level 8, that is fantastic. And a bomb pack for Slidick, which means he can start clearing these caves. Man, that's a good little dive here.
So Zeugman is going to find the Take Any that Slidick had found earlier, and so he's going to be up to 5 hearts. Going to have a good shot if he finds the White Sword Cave, being able to lift that item.
I think our sword is going to be on the Coast Cave. So quick Triforce for Slidick here. If we find the recorder, it can come back up here pretty quickly. It's not horribly far out of the way. We also don't know where those extra any roads go, so maybe one of those comes up this direction. And looky here, dang, level 2.
Bomb prices are reasonable at 22.
Also had the cheap bait in there. I think it was 62, so not too bad. It's a little over average, but... Oh, looky here!
Another free Triforce.
Let's go!
Apparently it's free Triforce Day here on Zelda 1 Randomizer and SpeedGaming 2.
Hope you like Doritos with your sandwich, because that's what you're getting. Gonna head back in here. Hope to find that floor item.
We got something in the middle of West Death Mountain. That's convenient for an any road. And yeah, we already knew about that one. That was a vanilla level one, which was also a nice start.
Yeah, so that's pretty good any roads, actually. Good spread there. And there is our magical sword. And meanwhile, Slidick runs into some land bolas and not going to be able to take those out. Well, maybe. It just depends. And a ladder block, so... And a Patra, hi.
For level 2, that's pretty unfriendly.
Yeah, just going to take the Dorito and head on out. Looking for that sword. Once we find the sword, we can actually start making some progress. So we've located, what, 5
this area? Yeah, 4 or 5. Yeah, I've lost track. They call this area up in the northeast like Casino Corner, because I guess in the vanilla game, one of the gambling casinos is up here.
Yeah, you get 100 rupees right here at this cave where you picked up 26, and there's a gamble right below, so... Hey, it's a raft! And it's 6 hearts!
Oh, and it takes all 6 hearts to lift. The maximum value.
Boy, that's a little unfortunate routing-wise.
Yeah, and it's also unfortunate in terms of maybe the wood sword's going to be on one of the coast islands now.
Yeah.
Or no, it would have to be Armos, right?
I guess, well, yeah, maybe, yeah, I think so. Man, if Fred made that logic, that'd be horrible.
Yeah.
Now, if the ladder were the free item and the raft were on the coast, then it could be that way.
Right.
Got a letter as well. Getting some good coverage. It looks like a Death Mountain and/or Central Highlands, aka level 5 waterfall area for our sword at this point, unless it's on the coast. Oh.
Yeah, those blue wizards are making things tough.
Just nope.
Didn't even get a chance to burn the tree. Started to catch fire, but then all of a sudden time stopped as Link moved away from the screen.
Zeugman's had some exceptional global luck as we see the blue wizards doing the little fancy dance at the bottom of the screen. That's always fun. But he's had, I think, 3 global drops now for bombs, which is just sick. Makes this routing a lot easier. And this is a horrible screen for orange wizards. You are not getting off this ladder. I guess you could maybe candle boost.
If they die to a single bomb, he does have a bomb, and maybe he could get lucky on the way out. Actually, now Slidick all of a sudden is going to have 5 bombs here.
Yeah, 1 HP Moblins is really nice. So you wait here and run down, and then you're going to... Oh, yep, there you go. Well done by Slidick.
Oh!
No!
Zeugman got tagged just as he was about to hop down the staircase in the final Armos.
Yeah, that any road on the start screen there is fantastic. More blue wizards. Oh my gosh. Worst screens in the game for wizards right here.
Alright, well I think you put in your guess for the Coast Cave as the wood sword location. I guess we're about to find out. First we'll take a chance to witness the raft location. Or the ladder location, which is the red candle.
Ah, and the cave says nope. So I went up to 6 now. Slidick gonna find the other any road here, so gonna be able to move around Hyrule just a little bit quicker.
But yeah, at this point, I guess we've got the waterfall caves. There's East Death Mountain. The grave.
The grave area
and
is
level 6, yeah. I think those might be the only caves that the runners haven't seen that are open caves that would be eligible for the wood sword at this point. Zeugman also discovers levels 8, but opts not to do the early dive into that area. We'll see if he does any different with level 2 with all of its open doors right at the beginning.
I think you check level 2 no matter what, just because there is the option of a free
Right.
item on the ground. So
Just lying on the ground, yeah. Level 2 and level 1 are the only places that you might find such a thing, at least in this flag set. Another take any for Slidick. He finally visited Vanilla 3.
and Zeugman with the option with 7 bombs to try to take out that Tridonga room. Doesn't just because you don't want to burn your resources this early, but it is an option. Doesn't pirouette the door either, so not going to find that Triforce. But once we get our sword, we should be flying pretty quickly.
But yeah, despite not having the sword, the runners are getting very good coverage of the overworld. Both are going to know where a number of dungeons are, as well as at least some kind of peeks into a couple of them to kind of make choices about where they want to start diving once they do get their hands on a pointy stick.
Well, Zeugman knows the locations of 1 and 2, and I'm pretty sure the sword's going to be close to level 1 at the very least. So that is probably going to be my first dive. 2 items available pretty quickly in a small dungeon. Trendy game, 1 play, 10 rupees.
And finally, we're going to get some checks of the Lost Hills area. So Zeugman does a little screen scroll to get up to Vanilla level 5 location quicker than walking all the way up the hill. And now heads to the waterfall.
Boy, I gotta hope there's no wizards up there on above the waterfall here. Saved! And it's a... Nope! Man, so it's deathmatch. Well, I guess we got like 3 checks left, man. We're running out of spots.
Yeah, there's the grave, there's the Death Mountain just past Spectacle Rock. And it looks like Zeugman is going to be headed towards Death Mountain. So we'll get that check in just a few. And right, Slidick had died on the Death Armor screen, and so he's trying to make it back there now, because for all he knows, the sword could be here. We know that it's only level 9, nothing important.
Well, you know, not important at all.
Oh, did I hear a Ganon roar at the entrance of that level 9, by the way?
Yeah. Did not hear that when Zeugman went in, because we didn't have his audio, so that's good information.
I'm never quite sure how to use that information in practice during a race.
Well, the big thing is hope that when you go up, that there's a door that goes to Ganon, and it's not 3 staircases like it always happens to me.
Blue Ring Shop, and Zeugman is going to choose to make a purchase since he's got all the rupees, and save immediately.
Yeah, and level 3 at the Forgotten Spot.
Did he check the cave and I just missed it at the end of Death Mountain? Surely he must have.
I hope so.
He definitely wouldn't want to save out of there before making that check. Okay, he did check, according to our tracker.
Looks like he hasn't checked this cave, and then, man, all that's left is
the grave,
the grave, which is
6?
Yeah, right by level 1, which we've got Slidick heading over to right now. Maybe. Oh. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out these burn bushes first. So gonna get some extra overworld exploration done here. Tick off a few more attacks. Unfortunately misses that burn, but you know, we've all done that. So Slidick gonna find level 1, gonna get his hearts back here, which is a big thing. Rick, you say you're about to fight, but I'm telling you, every time Ganon's at start, it's 3 magic staircases to get to where he's at.
Level 9 can be so unpredictable.
I honestly feel like they have just been stupid free or this hardcore troll. I have not watched a match where it's been like a good even level 9.
Well, over here at the spot you bomb near the grave, there is another Take Any. Slidick is now at 7 hearts.
Yeah, so last 2 spots here for our sword, unless we miss something, which is highly possible. So yeah, Zeugman, I forgot, took some deaths over here in the forest at that Armos, so he hasn't finished clearing over here as we find our sword.
And I still think there's a good chance that there might be another level over here at the grave.
Yeah, definitely want to check this real quick, and then I would imagine double back to level 1, as that's a great place to start your adventure.
And yeah, since chat asks, both level 2 and level 8 had the Triforce in the first room. Well, level 2 had a few different possible first rooms after the lobby, but both of them just had the Triforce sitting on the floor right there, and Slidick chose to dive into those levels for a few rooms, and as a result has picked up 2 Triforces. So that could be an advantage if we get an early recorder. We'll be able to travel around the map more freely. But yeah, when you're 17 minutes in and you finally get your hands on a sword, it feels good to finally be able to go and kill things. And sure enough, heading straight back into level 1, where with 3 bombs, should be able to bomb out of 2 sides of the Old Man Room, which are, I think, the only locations that could possibly be open in order to get through the initial stage of this level 1.
Yeah, and even though we got our sword, at 17 minutes, they've done 3/4 of their overworld exploration already. So a lot of information gained in that time. And we found, I think, 6 or 7 of our levels. We just have East Death Mountain left, at least for our knowledge. And then obviously we have one that's blocked, as we look like we might have an item. And it's a good one.
The ladder in the basement of level 1. It's a nice early get for Slidick.
I feel a jet seed coming on. How about you?
It's too early for me to call that just yet.
Zeugman with his raft. Gonna go check this spot for vanilla level 4. The real question is, are we gonna get any keys? Gonna do the kinetic key.
That's nice work there by Slidick in order to get a free door unlocked.
Go back through the door.
To kill all the enemies when there's a shutter. At the moment the shutter opens, all of the locked doors also become, I don't know, transparent for a frame, and you can walk through them.
So yeah, I was gonna say, for a second there, I was wondering if Slidick forgot he had found a sword. But yeah, definitely can kinetic key the upper door as well, and will likely do so. Meanwhile, Zeugman going to check out the coast here. Going to be a few more minutes till they find their sword. So it's 19 minutes, 3 Triforces, a ladder. And I'm feeling pretty good at that point, I think.
Slidick has to do a little bit of re-walking through this level 1, but can start doing some more explanation. There's a container heart just lying on the floor. Manhandla, I don't know that I would even bother. Could always come back to that room at the end if you think that there might be like a segment in 1 or something. And Slidick actually is going to go ahead and save right out of there and choose a new direction to go. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he could have kinetic keyed the one door, but knowing, yeah, he knows where level 3 is. It's right here.
That's right.
Instead of wasting time trying to do a kinetic key and some stuff like that, I don't mind this play at all. As we do get our second
this was so
check.
close to the start. He'll be right back in another small-sized dungeon. Possibly close something great.
And just money on both of our raft spots, so we're still looking for a power bracelet or a recorder.
8 Pole's voice with a wood sword and 1 heart. I think we walk through that room and hope we don't have to go that way. Hey, look, there's a staircase.
Yeah, and those in the pointless moat room are horrible to deal with. And so is the spiral staircase with blue dark nuts.
Did a good job to get past one of them with the kind of orthogonal sword swipe to get the invincibility frames, but it's just a little too much. He's going to go take another attempt. If he can get through the Pole's voice, he could probably get past the dark nuts on another attempt, I imagine.
Zeugman about to get his sword here. Slidick having a little bit of trouble in this dungeon, but in, out, maybe, up, down, left, right. Gonna say.
Alright, on Zeugman's side, getting a sword in the 22nd minute probably feels bad, but little does he know that his opponent only got it a few minutes before.
Yeah, and the 3 Triforces that Slidick has, again, are just literally 7 rooms total. Like, there's not much to it, so fairly even thus far. Does opt for a continue instead of going to level 1, which I guess we could just scroll on over. Just interesting. Probably a little bit faster this way. Hopefully we'll opt to bomb the Forgotten spot soon so that we can get the location of level 3.
Slidick goes ahead and purchases a red potion.
I'm on board.
Yeah, especially already with 8 container hearts. That has value. Also gets a chance to go by and pick up his raft at this point, so now both players have picked up the White Sword Cave item. Zeugman discovers the bomb hole that gets you into the entryway of level 1, but is also going to discover the plethora of locked doors we have here. And Slidick is going to discover the secret on the island. Just another middle secret.
I tell you, the only thing better than 2 HP keys are 4 HP keys.
Ah, you've forgotten no keys. I don't like the keys.
It's like we're going to find the heart as well. Yeah, as chat's pointing out, and then only thing better than that is when you play max HP and they have 16. Oh, it's delightful. All right, Willy Canana. I feel like this has become a skill that's nope. Never mind.
Oh, I thought he was setting it up, possibly.
I'm gonna try to bomb instead. I don't mind this play as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And level 6. Which I thought we'd been over to the 4. Maybe we just hadn't done that burn spot yet, huh?
So what does that leave in terms of, I guess, have we not seen level 4, and that must be our blocked level?
I believe so.
Because we saw all the others and the White Sword Cave. And in this flag set, there is at least one blocked either level or White Sword Cave among all the candidates.
Lionel's with Pole's voice in a Chevy room. That just sounds like a bad time on the highway. As far as 2's item, there was a key door and a ladder block, so 2 is another place that they could go back to here pretty quickly.
Yeah, both 2 and 8, I think, were the ones that were up in the northeast corner.
Yes. All the key doors, none of the keys.
And Zeugman's global luck has started to run out. He just had 2 chances on a blue moblin on a couple of different screens to get a bomb pack and didn't manage to get it either time.
Gonna head into level 5 here. So we got 2 different dungeons we're exploring, which is pretty nice. Stalfos also rolled up.
Yeah, this is actually the first kind of significant point of divergence. Slidick had been a minute or two ahead, but both runners had pretty much covered the same area of the overworld and got the sword. Slidick went through one, pulled the ladder in the container heart just a little bit before Zeugman. But now they're headed off in different directions, and we'll see what they find.
Are we gonna have one of those oops all patricides again? Because that's the 3rd one now.
If we do, finding an item like the White Sword or the Wand would be pretty big. Combat upgrade against some of these tanky bosses that pop up a lot can really, even if it's not necessary in terms of progression, can just speed up killing a lot of the rooms you need to get. And there's a power bracelet for Slidick here in level 6.
Wow. And it's in the Triforce room, and we just saw the Triforce and Zeugman side in 5. This is like the most free seed ever. I'm loving it. Zeugman is going to dig around for the item. We'll see if this power bracelet hides level 4, and if it does, we know that we don't need to find anything else other than the bow and the silvers to get done. Barring, you know, I guess a dig dogger block.
Yeah, only 3 pulls voice, but it still is a pretty combat-heavy seed to get through with just a wood sword. But Zeugman is doing what needs to be done. Pointless Moat can drop in level 5, also in level 1 and 4, so this room is worth clearing.
Want some keys, man. We are just starved.
Indeed. And even though the keys were cheap, I think we saw them for 62 earlier. Oh, it's the compass. Well, he already knows the location of the Triforce, so that wasn't as valuable as it could have been. Yeah, the money is rolled all a little bit low. The small secret was 11, but the medium and large were both a little bit small. And Slidick does choose to buy a key. Speaking of, it was actually 67 rupees.
Yeah, I approve. I think once you finish exploring the coast here, you save, and then start diving some of these dungeons with those 2 keys and see what you can find.
Meanwhile, Zeugman uses a ladder clip to get into the T section of this room. This is level 5, so if there is an item drop, it's going to drop on the T. But it's going to have to clip again in order to get to the remainder of these dark vents. We've got plenty of hearts. Is taking a bit... Oh! I've never seen this happen before. Oh, yeah. Then he was able to walk off.
There we go. What's that? He got hit while on like the half tile, and it can sometimes bug you a little bit.
So if you get knocked back while you're clipping, weird stuff can happen with the ladder there. Interesting. And we're going to get a look at the coaster raft spot on Slidick's side.
I believe it was just 11 rupees.
You are correct. Zeugman, I think, just succumbed to some bomb hole suction right there. Was trying to clip back across and accidentally got sucked out of the room. Oh, and then the Darknet turned at just the right moment to avoid taking that bomb. But yeah, some of these combat-heavy rooms in level 5, it really started slowing Zeugman down.
You're hoping for a key so that he can finish exploring the rest of this dungeon.
He did get a key, hooray. Now he has choices to make, potentially.
I think I take it and run right now.
That's fair.
Save it. Save your key. Be interesting to see if he remembers the forgotten spot. So close to start. It's one of those things that you could totally put in the back of your mind that you already did. Hey, 23, let's go. So Slidick just finishing up a few overworld checks here that hadn't been done yet. Just has East or West Death Mountain left, I believe.
But yeah, it looks like might go back into Dungeon 2 or Dungeon 8 at this point. And we might be able to see more than just the Triforce and initial rooms of 2 over here. I don't remember the enemy set offhand, but I don't think it was actually that bad.
I think we only really saw Keys on some Dodongos. Power Bracelet spot number 3. And there's it's level 7.
Okay.
So did we already find 4?
Yeah,
Maybe I missed it.
Yeah, now I was thinking that 7 had been found and 4 had not. But
it's all good. Tracker saying that we don't think we found level 4 yet, so that could still be up on Death Mountain.
Pretty good dispersion of levels in this seed, then. Try the Konami code. Good advice.
Definitely works in this game. You get a bomb pack there. So I've been trying to find anything of use. Gonna go south here. Dodge the Patra. I bet you the items in the Patra room. It just always is.
Rupee boss! It's my favorite. There's a compass.
Oh!
It's the second Goma we have seen.
Yeah, last time. Oh, there. Okay, nice. Okay, that's a good item. Early on like this, you've only gotten 1 Triforce. I'm digging a book.
Plus, it gives the chat the chance to play the Name That Inkbot game. Looks like a, I want to say like some kind of hopping animal that's like lying on its side.
Gotta remember, Slidick does not have a blue ring, so takes a lot of damage from these blue Lionels. Doesn't want to die here, as this might be the item room. But putting this red candle to pretty good use. Just don't run into your fire.
Level 8's pretty chonky, but a little bit narrow. Oh, the item is just the magical boomerang.
Well, it's nice to get that out of the way.
The information is perhaps the most valuable aspect of all of that. But yeah, that was a tough room to win in order to find that information.
Now probably wishing that there was a map available. Which could be in this room here. And yeah, that 8 is, it's not terrible, but the enemy set's pretty nice as well.
Yeah, and yeah, it seems well connected. There aren't, segments to be hopping around a whole bunch of extra staircases. Probably find a few bomb walls to make it easier to traverse the dungeon.
Well, this is either the connector to that first stair, or we could possibly have a segment as we get a map, so that's a nice find. That is an angelfish.
I see it!
Or a pile of mashed potatoes, either way.
And I think it still leaves us with room for a level 9 of up to 55 rooms. The way that these puzzle pieces appear to fit together. Alright, we got a container heart for Zeugman out of level 8. Both runners making some progress through these big dungeons. The item in 7 was a little bit disappointing on Slidick's side. Still looking for that Triforce or a compass to direct him there.
Blue landmos, never fun. There we go. Got the clip in the block. This takes a little bit of extra time, but it's usually less time than taking a death.
And yeah, I don't know, like, do super experienced runners, if they are going to use the clipping strategy, do they know, like, if there's a best block to clip into, so that the enemies are most likely to chase Link up into that corner and stay there? I have no idea.
There really isn't. They're extremely random.
Zeugman's managed to get through a lot of rooms. There have been a few rooms with bosses that he didn't kill that may have contained staircases. This one's not going to, since it has a shutter door. So yeah, unfortunately, it seems like Zeugman might be leaving level 8 without much to show for it.
Nice bomb by Slidick there. Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of a time sink, but does have some exploration down for the next time in, and the book is going to allow him to get through these other dungeons. He should find level 3 here.
Yeah.
And that'll help a lot, too.
Yep.
And that explains a lot. Yeah, the blue ring doing a lot of work here for his Zeugman too. My Slidick unfortunately takes a death pretty deep in level 7 here. There's such a thing as a 1-cycle blue Goma JSR? I didn't know this existed. Even with silver arrows, it just doesn't happen.
If you had to pick one item that could really kind of swing the race so far for one runner or the other to find, what do you think it would be?
White sword.
Yeah, I feel like a combat upgrade would help a ton. There have been a lot of rooms with, for example, these Pole's Voice or Dark Nuts that are just taking a lot of time for runners to clear.
Yeah, I mean, I think a good runner-up, at least for Slidick, would be like an Iniki or a Red Ring. Red Ring would also give you the same type of combat efficiency. You wouldn't clear as quickly, but you could just basically ignore everything.
And honestly, with both runners, like Slidick's at 9 hearts and Zeugman's at 10, if they pull a couple more container hearts out of some of these dungeons, we'll have mags in play. I believe the magical sword was somewhere right near the start, or the vanilla start screen.
Yeah, it was, I think that burn bush northeast? I could be wrong, but yeah.
Yeah.
Slidick unfortunately taking a death there, but not too costly. You're in a small 3.
Yeah, this is a dungeon that, so long as you can clear out a few rooms out of a corner, even if you take a couple of deaths, you're not really going to lose much time. It's kind of 3 different directions you could go here from the outset. So you're not too deep.
And just looking for the item at this point, too. Already has the compass for the Triforce. I think got the heart container as well, so I could be wrong.
There's that heart container.
Well, you know, I was wrong, but that's all right. We did find it.
You were seeing into the future. You were prescient.
Yes. We'll go with that. Burn the witch. This is going to be one of those situations where we have to take a staircase to get to the 2 segment to get to the staircase or the item.
It's looking somewhat probable.
I mean, I'm okay with that. Man, poor Slidick has nearly every room of this 7 finished. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. It's the bow in the basement of level 3. We still do not know the location of our silvers. And neither runner has purchased a wooden arrow yet. So it's not immediately going to change things in terms of combat, which is very sad for Zeugman right now in this room full of Paul's voices that he's already cleared once, I think.
Yeah. I guess you go clear... You're still looking for levels if you're him, right? So you just go look for the levels you're missing while hoping to find your last large secret. You can buy arrows, and then this is right by start, so you could come back and clear it out in no time.
Yeah, the routing decision-making here all of a sudden becomes very complicated.
And the real killer here for Slidick is he's been sitting on this 1 key the entire dungeon, and it's just not spitting anything up for him, and doesn't want to use it, which is why he's taking the time to clear out this Patra. Doesn't want to take and use that 1 key to go north, and it not be what he's looking for.
Meanwhile, Zeugman is going back to level 1 with 6 keys in his pocket. We're going to get a chance to see some rooms in this dungeon we've not seen before.
Yeah, the map again being extraordinarily helpful. I think the book, if Zeugman ends up pulling this out, is really probably going to be one of the key factors, just because it saves you bombs, it saves you keys, there's a lot that it can do for you. Alright, Slidick doing a good job getting down this Patra here. Looks like he was unfortunately bopped into the door and used his final key, which is never good. And does not get a Triforce.
Yeah. Feels like Slidick's been in this 7 for like half the race.
Yeah, it's a bad feeling when you get into one of these large dungeons and you just can't find the Triforce.
Recorder on the floor in level 1. It's discovered by Zeugman.
Flutie Flutie.
He's gonna grab that Triforce and get out of here. He's already got the other items.
Alright, a key for Slidick, and he's got a couple of bomb walls here. Or maybe you can't... You have to take the key door in order to get to these other 2 rooms. I'm not sure.
So as far as kind of items and information, feels like for us with the omniscient view of both runners, we have a lot of information now, and like the seed seems to be unraveling. There isn't really much that could be blocking the location of the rest of the dungeons. It looks like Zeugman is going to go do our recorder check now that he's picked it up. So let's see if there's anything underneath Recorder Lake.
Yeah, and Cappy JG in chat making a very good point. That Goma could very well house our Triforce, as it looks like those 2 rooms in the E column, the upper 2, are blocked by the key door. And there's a Triforce. Never mind.
There we go.
Just kidding. I wonder how many rooms from start that was. I don't remember where start was, but... And there is level 4. We have everything found.
And that was just right at the beginning of Death Mountain.
Yep,
So
that
it seems
little...
like we're never going to see the outskirts. I suppose there was any road that's kind of near there. Zeugman did pull another 11 rupees out of the basement of Recorder Lake, and so it's getting closer to being able to purchase the wood arrows. Really wishes he would have had them already with more Paul's voice inside this Dungeon 4.
For sure. We got Slidick gonna go and do a world wrap here.
If you were Zeugman and you encountered a rupee boss, would you farm it for the arrow money at this point?
If it's only a couple of rooms in, probably. Because I think the amount of time you spend doing that is going to easily be far less than clearing eight pulse voice.
And it would also ensure that 4's item is going to be the silvers.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll pay 100 rupees every day of the week for silvers and 4.
Because the game knows.
It's like those pulse voice might have rolled up to, which really sucks.
Yeah, that was like 11 or 12 hits. Seems like
Oh my gosh, come on, game!
every Triforce, except for 7, has been pretty free.
It's amazing.
This is one of those seeds that I think would be interesting or fun to go back and like Groundhog's Day it or whatever, like go back and replay it with all the information, because it seems like this is one that could be a jet seed if you happen to go in all the right directions.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think JSR in chat saying that he's definitely going back in, but the argument being, let's check a couple of these Death Mountain caves, see if we can't find some money, and go buy our arrows first.
Makes sense. Yeah, other than money, I'm not sure if there's anything that Zeugman could be looking for on Death Mountain, because I think he's missing the one blocked dungeon. Wasn't it blocked by the power bracelet? I forgot. What
Yes, he does not have the power bracelet, and he's, in theory, should know that there is a level under the power bracelet.
Right, exactly. Because he has kind of the other information, and so I imagine he's looking for money.
Yeah, that would be my initial guess, because having checked recorder and the raft spots, the only thing left would be the power bracelet for our block dungeon.
It's got to be nerve-wracking though, because unless he's been counting precisely, find a Triforce piece in level 7. That's good advice, old man. It only took Slidick 15 minutes. Yeah, you got to be worried about, are there any door repairs left that are going to turn this into a negative rather than a positive?
Was that our only candle shop? I think that was the rare shop, and it's the only one. That's a terrible place for a candle. Yeah, I'm not sure what there's left to check.
Zeugman chose to save. He realizes he's at 84 rupees. So it might be that he's going to gamble, or it might be that he's going to bomb open one other room, or it might be that he has a dungeon he wants to go dive back into and is hoping he's going to pick up another 16 rupees over there.
Yeah, I mean, I may go back into level 8, try to get that done, and hope I pick up my rupees in the meantime. We know that he obviously needs to dig level 6 here just to get the power bracelet, but...
And I forgot if and what and why he exited level 3 without the Triforce. He got the bow.
Because it was 8 pulse voice.
Oh, right, and he wanted to get right.
Yeah, the adventure of affording arrows.
Yeah. I'd forgotten that was the origin of kind of like this whole conversation. There's an example of the level 8 Triforce, which is free.
No, Slidick! The
So
key
close.
baited you, my friend. And it was our item room as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0 keys still, man. 0 keys. You want this to be the any key. Even though you're wanting the bow, even though you need the silvers, even though white sword's great, you want a red ring. Any key every day of the week right now. It's just slowing down his dungeon crawl so much because he has to preserve keys. And never mind, I lied. It's not. You know, the player's making me sound like an idiot yet again.
And he spends his only key.
No!
Discover
No!
Catra in a maze room with shutters.
No!
I remember when people were saying, this could be a jet seed back at like 10 minutes. The dungeons, the ordering, definitely turned this against the player.
It had the potential.
It did. It had the potential, and then it all came apart.
Uh-oh, he's dead. Patcher being a jerk and going to the bottom middle. Yeah, I mean, man, go to the ferry, I guess, and come back.
Oh! Zeugman
No!
gets boomeranged by the Gorilla in level 8. I think he's trying to both build up his rupee count and also get more of this dungeon explored. He's seen a fair bit of it, but still has not managed to find either of the items that are located in basements. It's possible that Goma is blocking at least one of them, from what I recall.
Yeah, the orange is rolled up too. How unfortunate. 1 rupee, 12 to go. I have 13 really, but... Alright, so where is Slidick's next play here? Knows that he needs the bow, so it's going to be outside of 9. Other than that, no item is required, but still has to find the bow. We know it's in level 3. Looks like we're going to make a play for 8. 2 items in there. It makes sense. And also hasn't gotten the item out of level 2, so likely the play there, which will give him the book, which should help with the exploration just a little bit. Meanwhile, do we have an item? We do, and it is the white sword.
That's big for Zeugman.
Eddie White comes out of the grave to help our runner here.
It's going to double his sword attack damage. Can now one-shot these keys.
Hey, there's arrow money for Slidick if he ever gets his bow. That's nice.
And I wonder if Zeugman's been tracking. To know for sure, he was just taking a look at his mini-map. There's definitely the whole kind of northwest portion of this dungeon that he hasn't been up into yet.
Just don't die.
Oh, commentator
curse. Like, as I was speaking... Oh, that sucks.
The good news is he is up to 93 rupees. Electing to grab the Triforce. I think this is a good idea. You can whistle back here later. You got a good item out of this dungeon.
And Slidick locates his, I believe, final dungeon at this point.
That said, Zeugman heads back in.
Yeah, I mean, it's bias, right? You've done so much in here, you've dumped so much time, and you've got, what, 7 rooms left? It's hard not to go back in.
Actually. He just left that roof behind. I don't understand what he's doing.
You're going for roof? Never mind. Just forget it.
Oh, there was a shutter door that he had to open, of course. There's that too.
We have no idea what our runners are doing. They're just here. Don't do it, Slidick. Don't die.
Macro routing is one of the weak parts of my game overall, I would say anyway, and so trying to watch 2 different runners and think about what they're thinking about in terms of their own macro routing, yikes.
Yes, I understand. And everybody plays differently too, so you can have, you know, even veteran runners can't always call it right, just because people do things differently. Different priorities.
It's so weird to see Slidick has 7 Triforces, and yet it feels like he's behind.
I actually, at this point, would put him in the lead, simply because the only place left to go is level 3, which contains the bow, and at that point, I think you maybe check level 2, just because it's an item on the floor. Go back to level 1, it's an item on the floor, but the problem is keys, so maybe you just go to 9, see what you can find, hope to find some keys there, I don't know.
So Zeugman's up to 111 rupees, which also makes him a favorite of mine, but also means he has more than enough to purchase his wooden arrows, which he could use to finish off level 3 with ease. But yeah, we'll have to see how much trouble level 7 gives Zeugman when he gets over there. Because obviously that's one where Slidick sunk a bunch of time. Zeugman will be going in there with the white sword, and so he'll be able to get through the combat more quickly. And presumably he'll have a bow and arrow by that point as well.
Yeah, with any luck, Slidick will keep all of his hearts here, and he can try to Kananaki this door. Don't get too far away. There we go. Well done.
Oh shoot! Zeugman, trapped with a manhandla.
Yeah, it hasn't found that item. Man, there's so few rooms left, but you've dumped so much time. Yeah, I think...
And there's still Pole's voice in the dungeon too, so actually like exiting to get the arrow at this point is also a benefit for if and when you do come back into 8.
And 2 more locked freaking doors. Oh, and you've only got 2 bombs, 3 Dodongos, and Beamos are playing nasty. Alright. And you bomb. Alright, progress.
And
Kind of.
finally, we're gonna get an arrow purchase.
Yay! I like
person
skipping this
happier
room.
is the Octorok, who just made a sale. It's like, ha ha ha, I swindled him for 100 rupees. It's the most anybody would ever pay for a wooden arrow.
Yeah, just one wooden arrow at that. Link has to like manufacture the rest of them. That's why it costs a rupee.
Beelining it back to this Pole's voice room in 3. He's gonna fire like 1 arrow and kill all of them in a row.
Has 12 opportunities. All right, item in level 4. What's the big news?
The wand.
You're not going to say no.
Progression, but it's gonna help Slidick.
Oh my God! Look at this room. 8 blue dark nuts guards the Triforce.
I bet you're really glad that A, you've got a white sword, and B, I believe he's still carrying around a red potion as well.
And a blue ring.
That too. That's a nice set of assets. There's a fairy flying around the room. Basically, everything you could want.
This is not a real game because blue dark nuts do not drop double fairy. I'm sorry. And a heart? Like, what is going on?
I guess the only thing that could make this room even nicer is if it had just a little bit of block geometry that you could kind of hide behind while you're fighting the dark nuts. But Zeugman does an excellent job, gets his Triforce. 6 and 7 are all that remains for him, and 6 is the one that has the known location and the power bracelet, so I presume that's where he'll be heading next.
Yeah, and I mean, Slidick has a really tough decision on his hands on what to do next. I think, at least if I'm playing, I'm going to go check 2 real quick. And I probably go to level 9 because he knows level 1 is going to require more keys, and they just don't exist.
Yeah, Zeugman is right here at level 4. He's still missing his silver arrows. He didn't get the item out of here, and it's a small-ish dungeon. He's got the map, and so he's going to pop through level 4, and we'll see how quickly he can pull the wand out of this dungeon. Arrows already making work against these Pole's voice. Picking up the occasional 5er to make sure he keeps some more arrows in his quiver.
Yeah, I like this decision from Zeugman. It makes sense. The only outstanding item would be left will be level 8 at that point then.
Other than 6 with the power bracelet.
Oh, true. Definitely still needs the power bracelet, so... Slidick unfortunately finding the transport staircase that takes us to the wrong side of the world here.
There's the wand for Zeugman.
So definitely not the item that he was looking for there. But so question is 6 or 8. I think you go to 6 just because it's the dungeon you haven't done yet.
Yeah, I agree. And he's
5.
in 5.
I guess we don't have the item out of here yet, do we?
Oh, I forgot that neither runner had seen the item in this dungeon. Alright, well not that I was having great analysis in terms of what the players should do to route, but that throws off all of my previous analysis.
See, this is why I don't track. And this is
right! That's the
here.
room that Slidick died in. Oh no, that was the transport, and then he got through it.
Yeah, I think Zeugman died in that room earlier, though. And then obviously there's key doors. Everything requires keys, and that's been the real hang up.
And then this is the Padre in the maze room. Yeah. And he doesn't even get a chance to think about using his potion.
That is easily one of the worst rooms because you just do not have options.
Right. There's so little mobility in the maze room with Patra's little eyeballs flying at you.
I think I go to the fairy fountain and I go back. You've got a wand and a white sword and a blue ring. You can totally do that room.
Yeah, that's fantastic to make note of the fact that you're only 3 screens away from the fairy. You have a lot of container hearts. You've got the blue ring. You can afford to tank back through there now that you know what you're up against.
Question in chat, could you have a seed that is just flat out required farming rupees for keys? If you missed first TGE race, you should go watch that one.
But yes, it does occasionally happen that most of your keys will be behind blocked doors or dungeons that are currently blocked until you've spent keys to get the item to unlock the dungeon.
Or unless you want to fight 37,000 Patras.
It's relatively rare. I feel like in this flag set, it's the typical race like runners might buy a key, and sometimes it's just a convenience for speed. But there are races where runners will be buying 3, 4, even 5 keys or more. But they're fewer and far between.
All right. Let's see what Slidick does. I think the play, again, is level 2, and then you go to 9.
Did Slidick pull the bow out of here, or does Slidick need to go back into 3?
No, you're right.
Yeah. It was to the north, right? And that's the direction that he's headed now. I think this might be the only wing of the dungeon he hasn't explored, but once again, without the book, he doesn't even have the map of this dungeon yet to know how much...
Zeugman, dude, my friend, you have a wand! Fortunately, he does clip the correct orbital to stop... Nope, never mind,
no!
Use your wand!
Use your potion!
Uh-oh. Yep, That's unfortunate. Take 2, let's go. Not even gonna go fill up hearts. We're just gonna go ham it.
This is actually an exciting race.
It is. It's extremely close. It doesn't look like it, but it really is. Just because. And Slidick did not get the bow.
Nope.
Okay. Well, then that really evens everything out. And I mean,
Slidick is also just about at wooden arrow money. But without the bow, it's not as important. So he's heading over to the shop, but maybe he's just walking past it. Yeah, he's just walking past it.
I think we're headed to level 8, which is E or 2. This could be level 2, which I agree with. Which, if you get the book, I think you go back to level 3. But it's going to be the play on 8. Or right, no, this was 2. 8 was up the ladder. It's all the same. Alright, Zeugman taking the ferry. Gonna go back. Remember your wand. Kill the jerk. I mean, it's just gonna be the boomerang, so... I think this was the... No, it's one more over is the item room.
Alright. Finally, the Book of Maps.
Well,
in Slidick's inventory.
So, I think I forgot. Zeugman has the book. I understand why he's not using the wand in that room, just because fire. But if you're going to go face tank cam anyways, it's better if you ram into the fire than get hit by the orbital. So it's kind of 6 in one hand, half dozen the other. Really, this is the play. Now you go up this little side here. Well, no, because Patra's a jerk. Wow. Oh, and now he's going to go to the bottom corner and hit you, and then run back across the middle block. And he...
Yeah. Oh no! The Patra is locked in the bad.
This might actually be an advantage just because of how trolly Patra's being.
Yeah, in the maze room, it does give it more opportunities where he's able to get within striking distance. Does manage to defeat the Patra. It's going to stay dead. He's left the room. So even if he picks another death here in 5, eventually he's going to be able to find what we're all wondering about.
The only way that this dig in 8 isn't going to probably lose Slidick the game is if the silver arrows are in here. Because this is just one big pile of blah.
It's definitely... It'll be interesting to hear about the runner's choices in terms of routing decisions through this. Oh, a nice clip to get into the staircase past the Patra on Zeugman's side. It does just bring him into the segment, but perhaps the item's over here. This looks promising.
Worst boss in the game.
And here is the item. It is... the
All right.
Definitely won't turn that down. That'll be extremely useful in 9, if nothing else.
Yeah, but still not what he's looking for. He is looking for that power bracelet.
Nobody loves diving a shape 6, but at this point, I think he might literally be out of options. Well, there is still the one item in 8.
Which is buried pretty well because we never saw it. And there was only like 3 or 4 rooms left.
Right. I think there was possibly a Goma and a 2-block room to the south that neither runner was ever in while they had a bow and arrow.
Question in chat, what was the blocked level? It was level 7.
Magical sword available at 11 hearts.
Oh, baby. Zoom, zoom.
Good call to route that in. That was a very useful check.
And with the any key, this really just opens up everything. Slidick getting his keys back that he's using at the very least, but there are just key doors aplenty. And you kind of feel that sense of urgency now as not really preserving the keys anymore and just blasting through these dungeons. I really wonder what caused Slidick to bail out of level 3.
Yeah, and I don't think he ever got the map. I don't remember what enemy dropped the map somewhere in level 3. Zeugman obviously went in there with, okay, so Slidick is going to get the white sword, which is nice. He's already got the wand, so it's... Oh gosh, and he has to make sure he doesn't die to the keys on the way, just to go pick it up. But yeah, Zeugman had the map of 3, which might have made it easier for him to find the room that had the map drop of 3.
Yeah, that's why I just got... I mean, I understand that he doesn't have the recorder, right? So getting back up to the northwest where level 8 is going to be a time sink, but I don't know, I just feel like I'm going to take my shortest options first, and that's going to be level 3. I got a map now because of the book, and I might go back to level 1 and see if I can't find a workaround through those key doors. And I mean, he's been using keys here anyways, so there's one free item in level 1 and a free item in level 3. 8's just, man, sometimes it's quick, but a lot of times it's not.
Well, he is doing a very good job of staying alive on half a heart through a lot of rooms. but that's just kind of ratcheting up the intensity. You don't want to get 3/4 the way through to the very far corner of this dungeon and then take a death.
I have a feeling that you're correct. I think it is that Goma room that we saw, and there it is.
At least he picked up that key before he took the death, so he hasn't had a net loss of any important resources.
Yeah, you got 2 keys and you found one of the items. I just think you bail. Save your game, save scum your keys, go back to level 1.
Obviously thinking it over. And yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, like, if there may have been a, mismark, or even if he was tracking things appropriately, like thought he had something somewhere and didn't actually have it and now has realized it.
Still skipping past level 3. I don't know, it just seems really odd to me.
There's a bomb upgrade available in level 6 for 94 rupees. That's going to be out of Zeugman's price range. And unless Slidick somehow miraculously comes up with silver arrows somewhere, he's going to probably need to buy some wooden arrows, in which case he won't be able to afford a bomb upgrade either.
Yeah, so map giving him the information. You're going to have to burn 2 keys in order to get to the item, and I don't think you get one back, maybe 1.
Yeah, I don't remember the layout of this one well enough.
Actually, I think it's only 1 key, because he did Kanana that door.
Oh, because he took the Kanana key, right, yeah, so he managed to get one of those doors open already.
So I'm going to find the recorder here. I am likely going to go bomb that south wall and see if I can't find a key or 2. Thinking
Another
about
bad
it.
room for a Patra. And so Zeugman expertly does the double clip across the lava moat H, lowercase h room, whatever you want to call it.
The weird lava moat room from second quest level 6. Oh my goodness, and he's again not going to level 3. I just don't know I guess I missed what happened in that dungeon to make him bail. Does he think he already got the item? Maybe gonna go fill up at the fairy fountain first and then go back in? Okay, yeah. Neat little trick. You can up an A at the fairy fountain and it will replenish your life as you join back into the game.
Meanwhile, Zeugman's being very methodical, covering all the rooms in 6, not just racing to the Triforce, in order to discover where this item is.
It knows that he has to have the item out of here because it's his power bracelet, which is required for progression. Meanwhile, Slidick going to find the bow very soon, and I honestly believe that you just go to level 9. I mean, outstanding is what, level 8? No thanks.
Passes up the container heart, given that he's already picked up mags. Can't blame him for that. Although he's actually probably going to pick it back up as he walks back over toward the Triforce room at the end of this. Oh, and he just pushed the push block in the way of the doorway. Now he's going to have to clip through it. Good clip.
You could say that's a clippable moment.
His reward? A Patra and a shutter door. But Slidick finds the bow!
All right, decision time. I like the save. Looks like level 9 is the play.
Level 9 was located at Death Armos at the dead end by the lake. Zeugman does pick up the container heart on his walk back toward the Triforce room, bringing him to 12 hearts max. He's going to see a couple more rooms he hasn't seen along the way, Unless there's a bomb pack, there's really nothing else that he needs to kill guys for. Oh, right, he still has not found the power bracelet, I forgot. It was not in that badger room.
They can grab a refill here, and then I assume 2 back to Death Mountain and go to level 9 with full life.
Zeugman just looked at his map, and the map that he has in his in-game mini-map looks very similar to the map displayed by the Atlas. There's the actual map. So it seems that he may have been in the room with the power bracelet before and somehow did not successfully clear it and find the basement. Or it was the Triforce room. I forgot.
Yes, there it is. Always check your Oh man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I guess we can't be super trolled. Ganon has to be down right here.
Oh yeah.
What
So you could bomb out of Ganon's room potentially, but he's probably going to try some other bomb holes as well.
A nasty little level 9.
Or just find a magical staircase.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it. All right. Zeugman's got to find level 7, which is over at the grave, which was a pretty nasty 7.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting now. Like, Zeugman, if he happens to just go straight for the upper left and somehow finds the Triforce or finds the compass much earlier, could have a much quicker 7 than Slidick had. We've not seen the meat block anywhere, have we?
I don't believe so. What a horrible thing that would be. Ah, shoot.
The vertical shoot room is pretty much, other than a little bit of connecting tissue at the bottom, this level 9 is kind of segmented from left to right. And of course, Ganon is kind of potentially gumming up the works as well. Hey, it's a banana. All hail.
All right, 50-50.
So the boomerang is one of our items in 9. What's the other one going to be?
Red ring is the other option. Which, if I'm Slidick, wouldn't be a bad thing, but definitely don't want to have to leave and go back to 8.
Zeugman has been cleaning up his power bracelet spots, but is finally over here at the grave and discovers level 7 and its chunkiness. He's entering level 7 here around 118 and change. We'll see how long it takes him to get out of here with the Triforce, and potentially the discovery of the magical boomerang.
Yeah, I'd have to remember that Slidick was in here with a wood sword and green tunic. Zeugman's got magical sword and blue ring, so...
and a bow and arrow.
And a bow and arrow, so not going to take the deaths likely that Slidick did, and going to be able to clear much faster. Trying to decide where to go here. Gonna go back through the staircase.
Zeugman methodically working his way through the south end of level 7. We know the Triforce is kind of near the branching point in the upper left. Don't recall where the magical boomerang is.
Another potential item.
Bow and arrow doing work versus the Pole's voice. Here in level 7. And chat's pointing out, Slidick does only have 2 keys. It's possible that that's also going to be an issue here in level 9. Also down to 2 bombs at this moment in time. Try to, if you're going to bomb a wall, I would try to take out some of those fires at the same time if you could.
Yeah, unfortunately it looks like this is a dead-end room.
Slidick goes ham on the manhandla and gets the compass. Now, will he head more directly to the Triforce than he did in the previous dungeon? If he does... Oh my goodness! Pays the bomb tax to get out of the mugger room.
Oh, that would hurt. But yeah, you don't want to up an A. I mean, now you're going to. Oh, the compass! Go grab that! Yeah!
Alright, so we know where Ganon is, right near the beginning. We know where Zelda is. On the little right-hand elbow. Zeugman, I guess, yeah, he's trying to make the Triforce. He can't get back to the left unless he heads south again, so he needs to kill the Skoma just to get south and then try to find some more places to bomb to the left, I suppose. Well, now he's gonna bomb north.
He uses his last bomb. We saw this as a staircase already, yeah.
And I think I may have incorrectly attributed a potion to Zeugman's inventory that doesn't seem to be there.
Yeah, Zeugman doesn't have one, and Slidick has used his as well. Double death, that's unfortunate. Need bombs to get out of there.
Zeugman is not heading directly for the Triforce. Seems determined to try to discover the item in 7. And as a result, the match draws on, and I still don't know who's going to win this one.
Like I said at the beginning, this is a jet seed. Alright, gets a bomb drop, gonna go right back in.
Chat, you're getting your money's worth.
Hey, I'm here to entertain. However that happens, I'll do it. Oh man, Zeugman getting blocked out here. This 7 was so troll. Alright, making his way towards Zelda. Oh, here you go. Alright, we have access.
A good choice to spend, yeah. We have access to Zelda's room now.
Now, we all know the silvers are going to be in the room below her now.
That would be hilarious.
Silvers cannot be in 1 as the recorder and the ladder were in level 1. But yes, level 8 is a possibility, Bogey. Or... Oh, he's got arrows. Never mind, he did purchase arrows. I was gonna say, or... Or did he? I don't think Slidick's bought arrows yet. Maybe I'm wrong. He just has lots of money.
Yeah, I don't remember him buying arrows, but I could easily be wrong.
But if you'd be shooting Goma if you had arrows, right? It's a block room.
Zeugman has a little bit of a problem here. He's down to 1 heart.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, but he really wanted to see if there might have been something underneath that Goma. I think if he had had more health, he would have killed the Goma and tried... Oh, there was a shutter door in that room, though, so it couldn't have been.
Nice block clip by Slidick here to get to the other side of the turnstile room. Last bomb? Brave. Doesn't get it. Yeah, so, man... If, in fact... I'm gonna use the... Oh, this is the worst ever! Please be silvers! This is what he's saying. No keys, no bombs. And just a transport staircase. Out of resources, half a heart, drying... Ah!
And what do we think Zeugman is thinking about right now? Contemplating life, the universe, and everything. I guess, do I redive 7 and try to see if silvers are there? Do I go back to 8 and try to find the item I haven't found? Or do I just head straight into 9?
You 50-59 every time. When 8 and 7 are your options, you go explore 9 and find the Zelda, find Ganon, and at least find 1 item. That's my personal opinion. Alright, Slidick making the choice. This is it. Let's go kill that Goma. Let's find our red ring so that we have to go back to level 8. I mean, JSR, I have had tacos sitting in front of me since this race started that I've been slowly nibbling on, so I would totally pause for a burger as well. They're unfortunately a little soggy now, but that doesn't matter. They're tacos. So here's the question. Is this an item, or is this another staircase? We also have that one that went to the north that we couldn't bomb out of because Slidick was out of bombs and then took the death to manhandle. I'm with chat here. I think silvers are underneath Zelda. Oh my gosh.
Zeugman is starting to enter all of the coast caves. Did he forget to mark level 9?
Man, I hope not. And there it is!
It's the
Silver's an 8!
The race continues. Silver's an 8. Wow. And Slidick doesn't even know that.
No, because he doesn't got the item out of 5. I go to 5 every time here.
So, Slidick still doesn't know where the silvers is. Zeugman apparently does not know where level 9 is.
Which is unfortunate.
He found it right at the beginning. Like he
it was like third screen.
And he found 1, and then he found 9. And it was like 1 minute into the race, which is now an hour and a half ago.
Yep, we've all been there.
Incredible.
Which is unfortunate. I hate seeing this happen to people.
It's a tragic thing when it happens because it's just irrecoverable. You just have to retrace all of your steps on the overworld. You either all of a sudden have an insight where your brain just suddenly pulls the memory back out of your head, or you're just kind of sunk and you're just going to spend 10 minutes rechecking every single screen until you find it. And it's an awful, awful feeling to have while you're running. It's awful to have to watch. But yeah, this is just the opening that Slidick needs. He now may have time to dive 5 and 8 and get back into 9 with all the information about what to do in 9.
Yeah, the question is whether or not Slidick can get to the any key without a key. I don't remember.
I think Zeugman might have just remembered. He was now I'm not so sure. He was kind of being methodical going up the coast, and then all of a sudden he made a hard left turn. Oh, he realizes he never checked this power bracelet spot and thinks he's never seen it, but no, it's gambling. And Zeugman did check the south power bracelet spot. I think he's going to go back to that screen and double check that he's been there. Oh boy.
I mean, Bogey, if I'm Zeugman, I go back to 8 first because there's like 4 rooms left in that dungeon that he's not been to.
Just as a reminder, if you can't get enough of this, we've got a lot more races coming up later this evening and tonight on various SpeedGaming networks. There's still a lot of races to be played here in the 6th and final week of the Swiss rounds of the Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament.
10 more races to be exact.
Just today.
And if you're already tired of hearing my voice, I will be on 2 more of those, so be sure to tune in for that. Slidick needs to take that staircase. Gonna figure that out here.
Also, Zeugman's taking the scenic tour of Hyrule.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
You'll see the vanilla start screen.
I mean, I think fortunately he's gonna find it soon enough. No, Zeugman found level 9, the 3rd screen. He found level 1 at the Grave Armos, and then immediately went to the Blue Ring Armos and found level 9. It's just unfortunate mischeck. LOZ Cards fan is on one tonight.
This is a big pickup for Slidick. Even though it's not what he was looking for, going from 0 keys to infinite keys is still A nice thing to have in your back pocket. He doesn't know basically where he still needs to go in 8. And so not having to worry about keys there would be nice. Obviously, he doesn't need the keys in level 9 since he's already found the path to Ganon and to Zelda.
I'm surprised the game didn't error out there. That just never happens with 0 keys. Making good use of the recorder to get right back to level 8. And Zeugman, unfortunately, went the wrong direction. And even when he does find level 9, it still does not house the silvers. So the best you can hope for is to find both items pretty quick.
And I have to worry about Zeugman's routing here. Yeah, he's going to skip right over. He's going to go search the entire rest of the world before he gets back to Death Armos, I think.
Yeah, just unfortunate.
Alright, is the room that we think might house the silver arrows the room that has the silver arrows, and are the silver arrows wooden arrow blocked?
I think so.
I think you might be enjoying more of those tacos.
Oh, maybe.
Oh! Zeugman, after having done the grave, is now in position to screen scroll back to the very screen he needs to be on. Got plenty of hearts, so he's not going to die here. And look at this. Zeugman has found level 9 for the second time
go.
in an hour and 31 minutes.
He has the opportunity to make this really quick. I think both items were fairly fast if you go the right direction. Gotta find
And
Ganon.
magical sword. Working in his favor. He shuttered in with Ganon. He's going to try to bomb out of the side. And correct me if I'm wrong, did Slidick not bomb out of Ganon's room? Okay, yeah, so this is just a dead end, so that actually doesn't get him anywhere.
What a trolly old man. Yeah, I feel like Zeugman might be in a little bit of panic mode at the moment, which is understandable. You just lost 5
anytime
minutes.
you lose a dungeon, especially Dungeon 9, like, you know you just sank some number of minutes.
So he's going to find that Goma pretty quickly. He's not taking staircases, so should find the red ring. I don't remember
The boomerang.
where the boomerang was.
It's right here, isn't it? Oh, no. Yeah,
Slidick.
I don't remember either.
Slidick going to go to every single room but that Goma room first.
So here's the thing, like, he has the any key already, and so that might enable him to go looking through more rooms of level 9 than Slidick did, and so that might send Zeugman on more of a goose chase.
And true. And Slidick did pick correctly, as you cannot access Zelda from the room south of her. So Slidick going to get the news of the girl here. Down to 1 bomb, though. Ooh.
Does a good job double-checking for a wall master before he exits the room.
Moment number 1. Not the one we're looking for, unfortunately. Boy, this 8 is just, I think you could just call that blob a heat sink, because that's basically what this is right now. All right, 1 item down. The other is not too far away. I think it's on that 3rd column from the bottom, though. And of course, if you're Slidick, the first time you're in here, there's a Goma, there's a double block room. It's been how long? I'm not going to remember that. I'm going to go look at all the places. And there's the meat block. Is it the meat block?
Depends on how meticulously you might track.
That is a legit meat block, I think.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Have we not been in the room above that?
Nope, we can go down here and go to the right. He's been to...
That would be hilarious. That would be the cherry on top of this seed.
Remember, it's a jet seed.
Wow.
We can go up here and we can go right. And see what that does for us. Alright, there's a key door. I lied.
Okay.
That's unfortunate. We had some hype, though. We got some hype in here for a little bit.
Just a little bit of extra panic for the runners.
Now, the question is whether or not you can go to the left.
From this room?
From this room, because otherwise there is an actual meat block for that room. But this could be our item.
I don't think it is, because I think I remember Zeugman killing those blue Anmola.
Oh, baby. Yep, and we cleared this room, too. No, we didn't.
Oh, we did
there
not.
It is.
Wow.
Man, I feel like Zeugman was
I feel
there.
like Zeugman was in that room, yeah.
Oh, he died to the blue Lambolas, I think.
Oh, did he?
Man, it's been so long, but
yeah,
I know he
it
was
has
up there. Oh, that's rough. All right,
Wow.
here's Goma with the red ring, I believe.
There's so many different ways this race could have gone.
Doing the toilet bowl.
All right. Slidick's in the home stretch. He knows where Ganon is. He knows where Zelda is. He's got a red ring.
Yeah, but this is the worst room in the game to fight Ganon in. Like,
It's not like
bar none.
someone with the experience of Lack Attack died to Ganon 7 consecutive times in this room.
Well, you know, Wood Sword, Green Tunic makes it infinitely worse than White Sword, Red Ring, but
true.
It is this room is a
But
plague.
yes, this room is notorious.
For this reason right here. The only way to really get him stun locked is you have to stand there and eat fireballs. And if he's off kilter, you can get bodied pretty easy too. But gets him down. Easy peasy. And so Zeugman going back into the wrong dungeon first. Are we getting a bomb upgrade, or are we doing? No, wrong dungeon first. That's unfortunate.
He just built a 9 count on the old man. So we're going to see him bombing a Tektite or something in the near future, I think.
Yeah, interesting tech if you do pick up a boomerang, as we see Slidick finish on the left-hand side of the screen. Official time of 1:38:50.
Get your GGs in the chat.
Is if you get right up on the old man and smack him with your boomerang, it actually builds a 7 count. So a little bit of a way to expedite your stacking. Now, if you're not like literally hugging his face, it'll only be 6 and you won't know it and you'll waste your last bomb.
I do have to wonder, like, this is not something that would be easy to track statistics. Like, how many times we saw a runner enter a dungeon in this seed. Seems like a lot of times.
Definitely more than 9. We welcome Slidick to the booth. Congratulations. As Zeugman finds the blue boomerang in level 7. I just want to let you know. I want to let you know, I called Jet Seed at 10 minutes.
That was terrible.
I mean, it was trolly, that's for sure. I have to ask, so what was the decision making for going back to 3 off for the 3rd time so long?
I don't know. Like, after I got the book, because I knew I was looking for a bomb wall. I don't know.
Yeah, because you got the book and then you went to not level 3. I don't remember where you went. I think it was level 8. Was just curious what the thought process was there. Just because there's 2 items and you thought they could be quick, or
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 items. It was right there. I don't know. Did I have the record at that point? I probably did.
I actually don't think you did. So that was kind of the other reason why I thought you might. You hadn't gone back into level 1 either, so you had 1, 3, and 8. I just thought it was a kind of an interesting decision. And again, 2 items there, and no quick way back that direction, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if you had to sum this up in, I don't know, 2 words, what would it be?
Just awful.
That's fair. I was going to say keys, please, but
Yes, keys were terrible as well. I mean, yeah, combat was so terrible, but then keys on top of it just. Ugh.
yeah, still did good though. I mean, it's 138, but you did everything at least once, if not twice. So I mean, and those silvers were at a great location.
Yeah, perfect. Top right corner. That's great. It's like the first item I find was the ladder, and then the last 3 items were red ring, any key, and silvers.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised your game didn't glitch out when you picked up that any key on no keys.
Yeah, that's not something you see very often.
Yeah, I think for a little bit there, it seemed like Zeugman had a little bit of a lead. He got the book out of level 2 really early. I think had only gotten the Triforce out of 5 at the time. And so had a little bit of advantage there. But unfortunately, last locationed the power bracelet in order to get into level 7 to progress to level 9. And then apparently mismarked 9 and took about 4 minutes to get back into there as well.
Oh, that's too bad. I hate doing that crap.
And is now trekking through level 8 through the infinite key doors to get to the upper right-hand corner here. Oh, shoot. But yeah, I mean, good game, man. Way to tough it out and get her done. You can move on to 3 and 3. Puts you in a pretty good position to get some decent seeding going into the brackets. What are your thoughts on all that?
3 and 3 is good enough for me. I'm excited for the bracket.
Yeah, gonna be some fun stuff going on with that. Some varying things. We're gonna have some 2-way, 3-way, 4-way races. Should be pretty fun to watch and try to commentate. Like, if we got a 4-way race, trying to do comms for that, baby. But yeah, trying to think of what else we had going on there. Magical Sword was 11 hearts, so that was available to you if you went back there.
I don't even think I saw it.
It was the burn. Where was that?
Yeah, the burn bush that was just northeast of Vanilla Start.
Yep, I didn't do that.
Oh. Well, there you go. All right, so Zeugman had not made his way up here because it was literally 48 key doors to get up here. So you weren't going to get to this silver without either buying keys or getting the any key, I don't think, because he just went through 4 key doors. We were kind of hoping there for a second that the silvers were going to be behind that meat block in that one room you couldn't get to.
Oh yeah, me too. As soon as I saw that, I was hoping for it. Because why not at this point?
All right, Zeugman does get his silvers here and should be able to get back to 9. I mean, at least Ganon and Zelda were quick. There's nothing like walking into 9 and you know where Ganon is and he's one room over.
Yeah, 9 was easy. It's nice and small and fast.
So I'm going to opt to whistle instead of just scroll from start screen. I guess it works. Roughly the same number of screens, give or take.
And I don't know if we can switch the audio over to Zeugman.
That would be nice.
But he's going into his Ganon fight. Once again, this tough room, but with the magical sword, should only require 4 hits to take Ganon down.
Not usable audio. That would make sense. Thank you. And quick and easy. Knows where Zelda is, so it should be a pretty quick finish here. Yeah, I mean, if you had silvers out of level 8, this was like a, 7-room level 9, so that's always nice. Swing, swing. Bloop, bloop. Do-do-do-do.
Zeugman's going to finish with a time of 1:46.49 on race time. And yeah, you have to imagine if he hadn't lost track of where level 9 was and spent, we're estimating maybe 4 minutes running around trying to re-find it again. This could have been very tight.
Indeed. It's a very good race, honestly. Just a lot of trolls. The way the dungeons laid out and where things were, you just went back to things multiple times. The combat was rough. Zeugman did buy a blue ring early on, which helped out, but then had to farm money for arrows later. So kind of 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other.
Yeah, it was one of those that was a good race to watch. Would have been a tough race to run with all the trolls.
Let's see if Zeugman wants to hop in here.
But yeah, while we're waiting on that, it looks like the next race is probably going to be starting in another hour and a half on SpeedGaming. And then we'll have races at 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern, and 10:30 and 11:30. So yeah, lots of different races that people will be able to watch later today if you're in for more rando chicanery.
Yeah, it might even have more stacked on top of more if we can get other comms as well. So I think there's some other channels available if we get volunteers. But yeah, Zeugman politely declined an interview. So we are wrapped up here for now. But like Lorgan just said, there are plenty to catch later on. I'm going to go finish off my tacos and take a bit of a break. What about you?
I also need to get some food in my stomach before I'll be watching any of the matches tonight. So yeah, gonna enjoy the rest of my day. But yeah, thanks again to the runners for putting on what was actually a very exciting match to watch. And thanks to Beef and Boom, who was our tracker on this one. And yeah, looking forward to more.
Yeah, thanks for calling this one with me, and thanks again to our tracker. Every time you guys rock. I can't do the program; it just doesn't work for me. And thank you to SpeedGaming for hosting all of these races as well. And we'll catch you later on this afternoon.